Hi, I'm Rich Wagon with rwcoaching.net, and today it's a special video because I wanted to do actually before Father's Day, but um, because my computer kind of like went blank, I'm doing just now. But what I wanted to talk to, it's more like about soul, and so that's why it's this special. Uh, it's do we choose our parents? I was always a believer that we choose our parents, and then we are here for specific reasons to learn and things like that. And so when my son was born, that's when I came to even to a bigger conclusion on how we choose our parents. And he had a very difficult birth. I remember like it was yesterday. It's almost a year, and I remember that he had a lot of challenge. And as soon as he was born, he was kind of he received cardiac massage right there, and he was intubated in less than 10 minutes. But I remember clearly when actually our doula, because things were going crazy. It was a 28-hour birth, and when he was about to come out, they had like three different doctors and seven different nurses in the room. That's when I kind of knew that something was going on. And when he came out, and he started receiving cardiac massage right away, and they start getting ready to intubate him. That's when I realized something was going on. But the doula took, thankfully, she said like I was in shock, and then the doula said he needs to hear like a friendly voice. So I went there and said, "That is here." The only movement he did for the next 2 days, he grabbed my finger. That moment, I realized, okay, we choose our parents, and we have a path here to, and kind of like a mission to accomplish. And that day on, I started to see the reasons why Luke chose Kara and I to be his parents, and then the time that it goes, the more he grows, it just becomes clear on how we choose our parents, and it's very important to be mindful of that and to be aware of that, especially when like some kids like that, when your kids are driving you nuts or something like that, just try to be mindful and aware and realize what kind of a lesson it's trying to pass to you. What kind of teaching is this for you? And one thing I do often is I just stop, and like the way I see life is that life is a lesson. So everything that happens is like, okay, I try to, you know, meditate on the subject, or just calm my mind and see like, try to see what's going on and what kind of lesson this is. And if you live your life like that and realize that sometimes, not always, but sometimes, most of the times, things happen for a reason, and you just, instead of thinking that it's a mistake or getting upset about it, just try to think, look at the situation, and realize what's the teaching on that. And in this way, you're gonna have a path for a very, very positive life, and you're gonna be able to see the difference. You're gonna be able to see the positive in everything that you think it's negative, but it's actually a positive thing. Um, I usually say, my son's condition, we didn't know anything about it. There is plenty of coincidence. I don't think there is any coincidence in life, but there is plenty of coincidence. Like one, for example, is we were planning to do a home birth, and we went to several different places. We talked to a few midwives, and nothing was clicking. Nothing was kind of clicking, and it just didn't feel right. So one day on week 18, I think yeah, it was week 18 that we did one of the anatomy scans on on Luke, and we saw one little thing on the lung that they got a little concerned and stuff like that. So we were kind of worried for a little bit. When that happened, we were like, okay, let's have Luke in a hospital instead of in the house. And that was just like kind of the message of it. And after a while, the lung thing was gone. We didn't know anything about it. Everything was fine. When he was born, we thought that that could even be related with the lung, but he tested his lung was perfect. So that was just like a sign and a lesson over there. So like, listen, in this case, it's better to go to the hospital, okay, not do at home. But every case is a little bit different. But I'm glad that Karen and I we just heard the message and then realized like, okay, this is a special case. We need to do in the hospital, and because if he was at home, it could have been a disaster. So that's the thing. Like I extremely believe that we choose our parents, and life is a bunch of like lessons. It's like it's almost a PhD, and I usually say like you can choose to learn with those lessons, or they can keep repeating over and over again. And for me, like when you realize that you choose you choose your parents and your kids chose you, uh, things can get so much better. Your life can get 1,000 times easier just because you realize that all that it's complex, but once you once you put it all together, so like, okay, he chose me and I'm here to teach him and I'm here to learn him. And I must say, like, I learn more with my son than I actually learn in anything in this life. He's For me, he's my master. He's my Jedi master, and I'm learning so much with him. I think I learn more with him than actually he learns with me. But I can see the signs why he chose me because, and he chose Kara because we have like a sports background. We have endurance background, and he knew that on his journey, he could we could help him muscle wise. So there is plenty of literatures in that in that matter. One of them I know, if you read the book, How Can You Can Heal Your Life from Louise Hay, she explains that we choose our parents, and there is other few books that you can look it up. I'll be happy to, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to send you some books too that I know. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Um, and I hope to see you soon on our next videos.